Now, a couple of housekeeping notes before we get started. Be sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and click the description below so that you get on our mailing list because, believe it or not, for whatever reason, my videos have been demonetized by YouTube. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of what we said about COVID, which we're going to talk about later on in this program. Maybe it's because of what we said about the 2016 election that Democrats have been denying for years, but nobody calls them election deniers. Maybe it's because of our skepticism about the results of 2020. I don't know. All I know is that Larry Elder, also known as the black face of white supremacy, has had his videos demonetized by YouTube. If you want to make sure you keep hearing them, keep seeing them, click on the description below and you're added to our mailing list. Also, for the first half hour of this show, you get to watch it for free. But then the other half of the show, which is even better than the first half, you're going to be a member. You've got to be a member to watch it. So go to epochtv.com, become a member. That way you can watch the entire show. You won't miss anything. And Lord knows you don't want to miss anything. The return of creepy Joe Biden.
Oh, what the hell? Look at Dan.
Now, the very important thing I told my daughter and granddaughters, no serious guys in your 30s.
Okay. No what?
Now let's put aside the creepiness and that Joe Biden has had a history of grabbing women and breathing into their hair, sniffing their hair, and that sort of thing. No serious guys until you're 30. This is a society, America, that is not producing enough people to maintain our population without importing other people. And a woman's prime time to have a child is before the age of 30. So if we want people to produce children responsibly as adults, do you really tell them no serious guy until you're 30? Can I hear that again?
Oh, what the hell?
Look at Dan.
Now, the very important thing I told my daughter and granddaughters, no serious guys in your 30s.
Okay. No what?
Now, I'm not a doctor, but I read lots of articles about fertility, and the older a woman gets, the more difficult it is for her to get pregnant. And a lot of women can't have children at all. And so what Joe Biden is encouraging them to do is wait until after you're 30 to have a relationship. Presumably, it'll take a while for that relationship to materialize into marriage. And so what Joe Biden is really suggesting is that women ought to wait past 30 years old to have a child, making it, frankly, more difficult biologically for her to have that kind of child. So, Joe Biden, pediatrician, Joe Biden, in mid-season form. Now I have a friend named Paul Scrivano. Paul and I have known each other almost 25, 30 years. He has a restaurant in an area of LA called Sherman Oaks called the Blue Dog Beer Tavern. And every morning he gets up, he tells me he has to come there a little earlier because he has to clean off urine and manure and graffiti and also chase away some of the homeless people that seem to set up near his business. This is a typical day in the life of my friend Paul.
You the dumbest I ever know. Yeah, now you can be a stupid. Somebody, hey, cuz, I don't think you gonna understand the power until I hit your.
What'd you say?
You heard me?
No, I missed it. Say it a little louder.
Hey, cuz, you know how you have fun? You know how that fun? His ass will be way in the face and breaking game jaw at the same time. And nothing can bring your ass back, girl.
I think you referred to my friend Paul with the N-word. Paul happens to be Italian. I don't want to make jokes about this man who's obviously mentally ill, but maybe he's blind too. Paul is not an N-word. That was a few days ago. More recently, Paul sent me this video.
You gotta go.
Let's go.
Okay?
Come on. Touch me.
What'd you call me? Okay.
Yeah, everybody knows.
Good. What else did you call me?
Yeah, you are, don't you know? So when you touch me for any reason, what you think my straight gonna do, yo?
What'd you call me?
You know what you call me.
Why don't you just leave?
Why don't you just shut the up and call the police?
I already called them. They're coming.
Where they gonna get up with you.
So a few things here. As I mentioned, I don't want to make fun of somebody who's obviously mentally ill, but he also referred to my friend Paul with the B word and said he was gay, which indicates this gentleman is not only possibly blind, not only racist, but also homophobic. And he also said, where are the police? Even he knew the police were not coming. Why? LAPD is 800 officers down because of early retirements, because of transfers elsewhere, and they can't get recruits because, after all, who wants to work for a police department that is perceived to be systemically racist, one where you have Democrats running around talking about defund the police, or, as Kamala Harris put it, reimagining the police. So it's very difficult for them to recruit people, which means there's going to be a much longer response time, and there are also going to be a whole lot of instances where the police simply just don't come because it's like triage. You have to deal with the most important things going on right now, and since they're down in manpower, it's awfully difficult to respond to things that are perceived to be nuisances by a lot of people. But this is how a lot of entrepreneurs in the greater LA area open their day with. Homeless people sleeping in their door fronts. Homeless people are mentally ill. Clearly, some of them of danger to themselves and to others. They need to be removed from the streets. And we need to have a real conversation about what to do about the homeless. And I said this when I ran for governor, and I was perceived by some people to be heartless. I said there's plenty of money to build low-cost housing, plenty of money for therapy, mentally ill therapy, for drug rehab, for alcoholic counseling. And once that money is there, and once those resources are there, and once sufficient sufficient quantity, of homes are built, people need to be physically removed from the street. And if we're not prepared to do that, once housing is available, and once the resources to deal with the mentally ill and those who are addicted to some substance are available, they need to physically be removed from the streets. If your position is that would be lack of compassion, that would be cruel, then we're never going to solve this problem. So, as long as the compassionate elites that vote for people that push these soft on crime laws, that allow people who are mentally ill to roam the streets, that allow bad guys to roam the streets, financially support and vote for people who are going to be soft on crime and are not going to put on the policies to deal with this problem of homelessness, we're always going to have this problem. With the consumer price index increasing yet again, the stock market has been topsy-turvy. And what's our illustrious leader doing to quell the surge of inflation that's destroying American families? Oh yeah, spending more money and adding to the burden. Don't bury your head in the sand while your savings get decimated. Do something about it. Visit LarryForGold.com. Birch Gold will send you a free info kit on protecting your savings with gold and a tax-sheltered account. These are great people with almost 20 years experience converting IRAs and 401ks into precious metals IRAs. Don't allow the left to devalue your savings. Visit LarryForGold.com and claim your free, no-obligation info kit from Birch Gold. Again, you can own physical gold and silver in a tax-sheltered retirement account, and Birch Gold will help you do it. Birch Gold has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, countless 5-star reviews, and thousands of satisfied customers. Check them out right now. Visit LarryForGold.com and secure your future with gold. Do it today. My friend Paul has written letter after letter after letter to our LA City Council, a city council that apparently is spending a whole lot more time figuring out how to create race-based districts to increase Latino support. I'm sure you heard about that. 4 of them, 3 of them were city council persons, were caught on tape, a secretly recorded tape back a year ago. They were talking about creating new districts to increase quote unquote Latino power. Hour-long tape. They were making racial slurs against blacks, slurs against gays, slurs against fellow Mexicans, There's a group of people from an area of Mexico called Oaxaca, and one of the council persons, Nuri Martinez, herself a child of immigrants from Mexico, referred to them as little dark people and said they were ugly. All of this stuff going back and forth for an entire hour. Not one word about crime. Not one word about homelessness. Not one word about the poor quality of urban schools in Los Angeles. Not one word about the fact that people are leaving LA. The city is losing population in large part because of housing. Excuse me, the price of a house, the price of rent, pricing out a lot of middle class and working class families. Not one word in that whole hour-long tape of any of these issues, let alone one word about the problems that business people like Paul are facing. Now, hope you enjoyed that video. The full show is available to watch right now on Epoch TV. Just click the link in the description below to learn more, because we've got a country to save.